Little Nightmares is a very interesting game. From leeches that just want to suck. Long arm boy who just wants a hug. Big boys that want to eat you, and the master of the ship that wants to suck the life out of you. It's generally a great time. And with Little Nightmares 2 nearly upon us, now is the perfect time to review the first game. This game was hyped up a lot for me by members of the 24Karat Club. So did this intriguing, tense and beautiful piece of work live up to all of the hype set around it? Yo, what's up guys? My name is GoldKarat and welcome back to 24Karat Reviews by Gamers for Gamers, where the 24Karat Club and I review our experience of games together. All of the scores given throughout this video are averages of the scores given by the 24Karat Club, so if you'd like to join the reviews, then make sure you follow me on Twitter or Facebook or join the Discord and join our experience live of the games together on Twitch. All of the links are in the description below. And without further ado, let's get into this Little Nightmares review. Little Nightmares starts with you waking up as a young girl in a yellow coat named Six after having a nightmare about a mysterious figure. Throughout the game, there's no dialogue, text entries, hints, or tutorials. You initially just make your way about this foreign environment. You soon come to realize that you're on a ship known as the Moor, where everything is much larger than you, and there's a handful of hostile creatures that will like to kill you. So you therefore aim to get the f*** out of there. The bulk of the actual story comes from background lore that can be read online and conspiracy theories and explanations from content creators online. Once I watched some of these videos, it did seem to clear up a lot of questions I had about the game once the credits rolled. It even made the plot actually really interesting. However, the game doesn't give any of this information during the playthrough, only subtle hints to some plot points. So to most players who wouldn't necessarily read into this as much, there's realistically very little story to this game, and this isn't the main focus. Instead, the focus is on the gameplay. Little Nightmares gameplay primarily involves running for your life, hiding, climbing, and solving puzzles. The game can be very tense during the moments where you have to hide from the ship's occupants that are attempting to capture you. However, towards the beginning of the game, there isn't really any indication that something bad happens to you when you're caught. It just seems like you're playing a game of tag with Mr. Tickle's blind ugly brother who's just looking for his inhaler. I also found the game to be quite unclear sometimes, especially with the parkour of the game, with a few objects not appearing obvious to climb. The game has a few set pieces where the player needs to run away to stay alive, and these are definitely standout moments. The graphics are one of the strongest points of the game, with a brilliant art style and lots of attention to detail. Characters have quirky and detailed animations. There is generally the same sort of aesthetic environmentally throughout the game until some of the later levels, where you emerge from the depths of the ship to reach the upper levels. This is definitely where the game shines the most, with an interesting design to the ship and the best set pieces. There is very little music throughout the game, however, when the OST kicks in, it is effectively eerie and enhances the disturbing nature of the moor and its inhabitants. The sound effects are also well done, enhancing the already creepy sounding environments. Little Nightmares is a really good experience. The game is definitely intriguing with a great art style, tense atmosphere, and mysterious universe and story. But by the end of the game, it ultimately feels as though it's cut quite short. Even with the DLC, which I found more disappointing than the main game, the puzzles in the game, which you spend the majority of the time completing, generally don't stand out to make this game a truly memorable experience. The playthrough of the main game and the DLC only took us 5.5 hours to complete, and with the game costing £24 at the time of this review, with very little post-game content, this is really not the best value for money, so you're probably better off renting the game if you would like to play it. The 24Karat Club gave the game a 7 out of 10 on average, and my score for Little Nightmares is also a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching this 24Karat review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews in the future, and be sure to leave a comment on what game you think we should review next. Be sure to follow all my socials. All the links are in the description below. Until the next one, this is GoldKarat signing out. Peace! The Last of Us Part 2 is an absolute masterpiece. Naughty Dog somehow manages to surpass its already fantastic predecessor to create something even more impressive.